There's this misguided belief that during World War II, everyone sacrificed. And just growing up, especially on the East Coast, I would run into these like East Coast uppity Brahmin types who would like talk down to you and like, young man, you do this for me. Be like, where were you during World War II? I was making daddy more money. I remember I had an incident whenever I was in law enforcement where one of these old fellas like threw an elbow at me. I confronted him. He starts shouting, "Police, police!" And I can't tell you how satisfying it was for me to pull out my badge and be like, right here. And I didn't do anything, you know, but it was sort of one of those me having like a chip on my shoulder because I didn't grow up rich. Sort of, as Bill Murray says in Rushmore, get the rich boy in your sight, take him down. I used to have a real chip on my shoulder about rich folks, especially ones who clearly, you know, made money and made zero sacrifice whatsoever during a war. And a war that, as it turns out, I mean, looking back through history, should we even have been involved in it? It's a question for another day, right? But this issue that one generation is the greatest because, a friggin' media sodomite like Tom Brokaw said so, I don't buy it. Because the age group of people that I served with and are, my heroes, millennials, Xennials, a little in between generation, uh, Gen X, who, they tell us how they drank from the hose, which I'm like, bro, don't go around telling everyone that you suck dick, right? We get it, you drink from the hose. That's cool, man. We were all in college once, all right? And then I tell them, I was like, you probably cried when Kurt Cobain died, didn't you? They're like, no, man, I didn't even listen to that. I was listening to Cypress Hill and the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys, even worse, right? I'm trying to think of a good name for the greatest generation, though. I think we should call them the Balfour Declaration generation.